Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dude here, and we're back again on GT7 with the cringy intro. But today we're going to be doing a video on the best steering options within Gran Turismo 7. Now, this game just came out, so we've done a little bit of experimenting, me and my friends. Most of you may know me as a guy who likes to make setup videos, but also I have the luxury of being a top driver as I've played this game for a really long time at a high level. So I feel as though I'll definitely be able to give you guys an accurate representation on what the best steering options are. There is a subjectivity factor to this. Your personal preference may differ from a lot of what I have to say, but I have been conversing with a few other people in the game, and a lot of them seem to agree with me on what works best for this particular game. As a bonus, after I show you the force feedback torque and the force feedback sensitivity, I'm also going to show you my button layout on my Thrustmaster TGT, as I believe I have an extremely ergonomic and intuitive option as far as racing goes. If you're new to the channel, be sure to click the like button. Also leave a comment on what your force feedback settings are, as well as subscribe, as I will be making many videos here on the early Gran Turismo 7 grind. So just be aware of that, and yeah, be sure to click the notification bell as well so you don't miss an upload. Alright, so here we are in my wheel settings. Now, the first thing I want to note is the controller steering sensitivity. I don't believe does anything for the steering wheel. I did a few tests on it, and a lot of people swear that the controller steering sensitivity influences performance on the wheel, and it seems to be false, at least as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to leave that at whatever it is at, I guess, which is 0. So the force feedback torque. Now, I have this right now at 2. It seems like an extremely low setting, but on some of the higher end wheels with a strong motor, 2 is actually what a lot of drivers run. Some people like to run a little bit higher than that. Now you have to remember there is a bit of a difference between 2 on a TGT or a Fanatec, and then 2 on a T300 or a G29 or a T150. You know, if you're on a T150 or a T300, I know for a fact that the equivalent to 2 is actually closer maybe to 3 or 4. So mess around with that for sure, and see like kind of what makes sense. Like obviously you don't want to have too light of a steering wheel. With that being said, in this game I do lean towards the lighter side on the torque because of the physics of the game. A lot of the time when you're accelerating out of traction zones, you need to make small corrections, and it's a lot easier to make these micro adjustments more quickly when you have a lighter steering wheel, in my opinion. I found a little bit more success having a little bit quicker reaction time, and I'm able to whip the steering wheel around, especially in some of the higher powered road cars. This really helps me out a lot, and I still think there is enough steering weight, at least on the TGT, that 2 is actually justified. If you're on a T300, G29, T150, you may want to put this value a little bit higher. Fanatec also has some options built within the wheel's software outside of the game that influences the torque of the steering wheel, so keep in mind that to get your desired feel you may have to adjust that as well. I unfortunately do not own one of those wheels, so I can't really help you too much there. Now on to the force feedback sensitivity. I find on this game, when you put the force feedback sensitivity up, the higher that you put it, you get a lot of useless information through the wheel. A lot of the time the wheel will give you these like really crazy visceral kind of movements within and jolts within the wheel. It's not always a massive hindrance, and I think it can be actually kind of fun if you enjoy that sort of driving experience, but a lot of the information that you're getting when you put the sensitivity up really doesn't give you any additional pace, or doesn't give you a great idea of what the car is doing. I feel like at 1, the wheel kind of weights up more smoothly. It doesn't seem to give you any kind of information that you don't need, and that's what I like about having it on 1. It looks kind of silly having it so low, but I feel like on this game, again, you just want to get all the information that's useful that you can, because it is difficult to control these cars in some of the lower speed corners. Now onto my button layout here, guys. Again, I'm using the Thrustmaster TGT, so kind of my explanations for why everything is ergonomic may vary depending on the wheel that you're using, but we'll start at the top. Obviously the left stick and the right stick on the TGT. Some wheels don't have this, but I just use it for camera controls, like if you want to look around on the car. Obviously the left paddle and the right paddle are used for shifting. I use the L2 button actually for looking back. Now this is a big one for me. I spent a lot of time in races looking back and just kind of paying attention to what's going on behind me, especially on straights, especially if you don't use the bumper camera or the interior camera. At least those have a rear view mirror, where most views like the hood one and the chase cam do not. So putting a bun that's at least very, very close to where your hand is going to be for looking back is extremely beneficial in my humble opinion, and I think you guys should try this out. On my R2 button, I actually use it for showing and hiding my ghost. So when I'm doing a hot lap or something and I'm following a ghost, if I want to get rid of the ghost so it doesn't distract me in a certain corner, again, it's R2, so it's really, really close to where my hand is, so I can quickly toggle it and continue doing my hot lap. As far as the up, left, right, and down buttons, these are just the standard controls for the MFD that I'm pretty sure are default with every wheel, so just keep that in mind. L3 and R3 here at the bottom, those I'm just using for turn signals. You can see them right there at the bottom of the wheel. They're not even really on the wheel, they're on the base. So yeah, I like to use those for turn signals because I really don't know what else to use them for. Right above that, you'll see that I have my nitro and my overtake. So due to nitrous being sold as a part, I feel like the nitro overtake button is actually kind of important. So I have it on the X button just so that when I'm driving, I can spam it and obviously add some power to my car. Change view is still default square. E-brake is still default on O, and the triangle button is still default for reverse. So yeah, guys, keep in mind that if you're on a different wheel, some of these ergonomics that I showed you may not make sense, but I feel like a lot of them do, and I'm trying to make the most important things that I will be using the most often the closest to my thumbs and the closest to my hands when I'm using the wheel. And yeah, that's kind of the philosophy I had behind this setup. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't make it too long considering this is just a wheel setting tutorial, but I wanted to go detailed and in depth for you guys to give you guys the most quality information and enjoy your Gran Turismo 7 experience to the fullest with your steering wheels. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, comment your force feedback settings down in the comment section below. Also be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video and or the steering wheel setup. That's about it for me, guys. I hope you have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.